The U.S. is now in the middle of its second longest federal government shutdown in history. As of October 21st, 2025, it's entering its third week. The shutdown began on October 1st when Congress missed the deadline to pass a new federal budget or even a temporary funding bill. And since then, large parts of the government have been partially closed. Now, the term shutdown sounds very dramatic, right? Like the entire government has come to a standstill. But here's the truth. A U.S. government shutdown is not required at all by the Constitution. It's the product of a 19th century law called the Anti-Deficiency Act, which says that federal agencies cannot spend money unless Congress has officially approved it. So when lawmakers miss their deadline, that law automatically forces agencies to stop most non-essential work. Not because the U.S. has run out of money. The government is never debt-free, but because it is illegal to spend without authorization. So essential services like the military, air traffic control, and Social Security keep running. In fact, about 3/4 of federal spending continues even during a shutdown. The lights stay on for the biggest programs driving the national debt, like Social Security, Medicare, and interest payments. Instead, it's the smaller, often balanced parts of the budget that grind to a halt. This includes things like national parks, research labs, visa processing, and museums. So this whole concept of a shutdown didn't even exist until 1980, when former President Jimmy Carter's Attorney General ruled that the Anti-Deficiency Act had to be enforced strictly. In every case here, shutdowns have been less about genuine fiscal discipline and more about politics, political leverage. And here's the irony. They cost more than they save. Federal employees who are furloughed now receive guaranteed back pay under a 2019 law. Contractors, however, aren't paid at all. So rather than tightening the budget, shutdowns actually just delay work, lower productivity, and waste billions of dollars. If we really want to end these standoffs, we need to change the incentives in Congress. Some lawmakers do have ideas on the table about this. Representative Jody Arrington and Senator James Lankford proposed an automatic 2-week continuing resolution whenever funding lapses, plus restrictions on congressional travel unless a budget passes. Senator Rand Paul suggests automatic funding at 94% of the previous year's level, with a 1% cut every 90 days until Congress acts. So imagine that. If lawmakers could not go home or saw spending steadily cut until they reach an agreement, you can bet they would meet their deadlines. Shutdowns are a symptom, not a solution. They didn't exist for most of U.S. history, and they've never made Washington more responsible. Changing the rules so Congress does its job on time, that's what would actually serve the country. We'll see how long this one lasts. For NDTV, this is Priyanka signing off. Namaste.